Hey y'all, if you can hear me, just let me know. I'm trying to figure this out. Try to get rid of these like small distractions. If you can hear me, let me know. If not, I'll fix it. But it will help if you can let me know. And if you can see everything clearly. I mean, I could check if it's clear or not. Let me just check. If the stream is clear. Oh yeah, you can. Seems to be working. So this is a, I'm currently working on a Mendy. Oh, what's going on? That I shot a while ago. Trying to get rid of these like little distractions here. I don't do it for all photos, but like the photos that kind of like speak to me or like, you know, I usually over deliver as well. Right now I'm just pasting. So I was working earlier, I was working on a preset for the outdoor session, and I think I figured it out, at least for this part, because it was like a very cloudy day. So if you look at the before, it's like pretty cloudy. So I'm like trying to add some warmth into the photos. It works. What happened? Currently editing Mendy. Like I love the warmth that I figured out, because like sometimes when you try to add warmth, it just makes it too yellow, especially when there's no sun. So you're like kind of just adding like a yellow or orange haze over it. So sometimes it's really hard to get like the right amount of warmth. So what I did, obviously my curves, exposure is pretty much the same. Bring down the highlights a little bit to its, you know, make sure you can see the sky. But if you like, you know, sometimes like the sky, when the sky is not important, you can kind of like wash it out, because like there's nothing happening in the sky. Just gotta make sure the addresses of the colors are, you know, accurate while I'm also making things warmer. So what I did, obviously, like, you know, everyone knows I desaturated my greens. And like this is the aqua, because they're wearing like aqua colors. So like just making sure like you play around with this and try to get the right color, and you can just reference it from the original. And that's pretty close. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. You know, I like talking to people. Yeah, this was too orange, so I'm just gonna replace it with the one that I just did. hazy look. I hope my connection's okay. Yeah, see, that was the earlier edit. Kind of dark, cool. Now, like, you know, much more warmer, happier feeling. So, like, you have to, like, you know, when you're editing, you have to, like, make sure, like, you know, what you're trying to achieve, like, what type of feeling you're trying to achieve. For me, it was, like, you know, it's a Mendy, it's something, like, casual, more casual, less formal than, like, you know, your main events, like, with the Fear of Alima type events. Try to make it look nice. Something in the eye. I think that's just a hair. I feel like this little thing, you can get rid of. I mean, that's like really small detail. I mean, like, there are a lot of flyaways, but like, it's a windy day, and it adds to the feeling of such said windy day. Yeah, see, here's another edit that I tried. I was like overexposing from the like gradient filters, like kind of like exposing them to make them look brighter, but you know, it still wasn't fully good. And you kind of want to keep the deep colors. So far, I'm glad it's working on most of these edits. Moodiness in here. No one's talking to me. It's okay. So I added some grain to that photo as well. Whoa. I like the previous edit. I think this is where I got the edit from, actually. What do I do here? There's a mask. See, like the sky over here was like something. We don't need the clouds. There's a gradient filter here, so I can get rid of that. Just making sure I'm being consistent with the edits. But sometimes while you're editing, what happens is that you might gradually switch to a different type of like color scheme, and like you might not notice it because you're just kind of like going and adjusting little things. So you have to like always like keep on checking photos that you have taken, that you have edited, like, you know, like 10 or 12 photos ago, just to make sure it's I'll start just texting you. Yeah, so you just gotta make sure that, you know, you're checking your work, so you're not like, you know, once you're finished editing and you realize like, oh, the colors aren't consistent, and then you gotta, you know, re-edit, go back. No one wants to do that, you know. Why would anyone want to do that? This is already edited. It was like, this one was hard to edit, so I'm just gonna keep what I had here, because like, look, this was the before. It was such a like, it was like the sun had already set, there's no light, and I'm trying to capture like, you know, the LED, and then you have to bring all the information up again, like the shadows and the exposure, but also, you know, make sure the LED looks like a glowing LED. So this is what I got. I think, yeah, now like the lighting conditions have changed, so like the edits that I had in the previous one won't work. See, I just pasted it, it's just much more cooler now. You just gotta, is this what I had? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this edit because I worked on it for a bit. See, like if I paste the old edit, it will look much cooler. So you can even just warm this up like that. That works. What did I have before? I think I like this one. See, like, again, trying to bring out the warmth in the skin tones. Look how cool that is. Look, this is the before. So yeah. Okay, I have to do something here. I mean, I would come to the UK if I'm available and, you know, it's not interfering with like my other work. Like, let's say if I have a wedding that week or like the next week, like I would want to like stay for a bit if I'm, you know, coming all the way to the UK, like at least for a week or so. But yeah, if I have availability, I'm down to, you know, come and shoot a wedding. Do you shoot the images in RAW and then color grade after, or do you completely edit everything in Photoshop? No, yeah, I think most photographers who do professional weddings shoot in RAW and color grade after, yeah. And I edit everything in Lightroom. Like for some stuff, like I will go and, you know, do on Photoshop. I'll give you an example. I kind of deleted like the originals from this. No, I didn't. They're still here, but I can show you really quickly. So like for this photo, like the hair over here is coming out like that, you know, and it looks like it's not combed. It was a really windy day, so like in order to fix that, you know, kind of just like use Photoshop to make it look more even. Yeah, pretty much it. Maybe just a little bit cooler. Just make sure the dresses are the color that they're supposed to be. think that's good. Place that here. Yeah, you don't want to make it too warm. So like I'm just gonna bring down the her dress is like, it's a very light shade of like aqua, so I'm like just trying to get that. And you see like the sign over here, like when you increase the exposure, obviously like, you know, it will look like you won't be able to see the LED as much. So like in order to fix that, what you can do is like you can kind of like, you know, make a selection over here, like do the regular filter, and then I don't know if this is gonna work, so I'm just trying it for the first time. Yes. Oh yeah. Leave no social media platform unturned. But I like, you know, YouTube. I love YouTube. I'm always on YouTube, so you know, like if this is my time to use it. See, I'm just darkening this area a little bit, so you can kind of see the. Maybe increase the saturation. Come on, work. Oh, it's not working? Well, I might just brush over it, and that might work better. So I'm just like brushing over that area, so like it's more noticeable. I know this is like a very like weird way to do it. Let me see how it looks. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it could be better. We're trying to increase the saturation of those colors. You know, I'm not gonna spend hours on this because they're like, I have like the detail shots and stuff like that. I don't know what else can work. Increasing the clarity might work. Decreasing the clarity. That makes it like glow a little bit more. Like when I edit it, I don't know if you can see it. What happened? Is it paused? What is happening? I don't think you're looking. You can see the right image. That is weird. Well, let me just double check. What the heck? Let me try fixing this. There you go. So that's the image I'm working on. How much do I charge for my services? So obviously they're in Canadian dollars. For an 8-hour shoot, I charge around, like the starting is like I think 3,500. That's with one photographer. And from, you know, if you need more, it goes, the prices goes up from there. And usually, like if you're having a bigger event, I recommend getting a second photographer, just because it helps, you know, just trying to get the creative shots and not like worrying about every single thing that's happening in the wedding. So like for safety, you can have other people do that. What did I do there? Let's see if you can keep the Mehndi ki Raat on this photo. I see this over here works better. That was like closer to it. No, you can't split the 8 hours over different events. Especially if I'm like coming all the way to UK, you know, it doesn't make sense for me to give up potential dates that I'm gonna get. I mean, yeah, like wedding photography is not, you know, like I've worked a lot, like I have a lot of experience. And anyone, you know, who has worked a lot in the industry should, you know, have their prices accordingly and set some sort of standards. No, that's like way too less. Like for me, for our work, in order to capture everything, the whole story, and you know, the couple, friends, family, it takes way longer. You know, people might think like that's all they need, but you know, it's way more than that. So I'm just like softening her skin a little bit because it was like a close-up. So I'm just gonna get rid of like some texture because like the lenses we use can also be like sometimes really sharp and like it shows like every single detail. You know, when you look at a person even in real life, like you're not super focused on their faces. Like it's not super sharp. Nope. As for like colorful Mehndis goes, I think this event was like probably the most like Pakistani themed wedding that we shot last year, which is like, you know, you don't get to do that often. Like, you know, Ikra, the bride, she, you know, made sure that she was getting the right vendors for her look, and that's also what's important, right? Yes, of course, an additional cost coming to the UK would be a separate cost, you know, from the flight to the hotel stay to meals. So like everything I will like calculate and then, you know, give you a quote. Also like, you know, transportation such as Uber for me to get to the area, because like we are taking, when we travel, we take sometimes, you know, we are moving away from like where we run our actual business, and it impacts like the profit margins a lot. So, you know, obviously we're not gonna go negative. We're always trying to improve in terms of like growth. But like, you know, like sometimes like there's always room for some negotiation when you're traveling. So, you know. And like, you know, when I'm looking for weddings, for wedding clients to take on, because I get like thousands of inquiries in a year, right? And I can only shoot like 30 weddings. So if I get an inquiry from like the UK, that like it has to match the vibe, you know. Like me and the person who's reaching out, it's very important for me that we gel on a personal level and a professional level. And like their wedding is something that I would like to shoot, you know. If you're having like a wedding that's that might not fit my style, then I probably won't travel for that, because it's a lot of work, you know, traveling is tiring and all that. So, but like, you know, we can talk. You can submit an inquiry on Marigold Moments. I'm pretty much booked for this year, so like coming to the UK this year might be difficult, but if it's sometime in August, it might be possible. So far, I'm pretty happy with these edits. They're working for me. The shots are good. Let's fix the greens here, I think. The houses in the back kill it for me, to be honest. I don't know. I think I haven't edited this. Let me see which one's better. I'm probably excited that I'm earlier. Amen. Let me check for you. To be honest, you know, it's been so overwhelming with inquiries for me. And I've just been like, you know, trying to get these edits out. Let me see. Like when I'm doing inquiries, I kind of like, you know, batch them and reply to them. Sometimes if I'm not available, I'll send them off to my team members who can take it on. So I might have done that for your inquiries and they might not have gotten back to you, but also like I might not have like even done that. You're happening. I think your wedding's happening in Calgary. Let me check. Where's my calendar book? Yeah, so oh, yours is in the GTA. So like I'm shooting like 4 events in a row before your dates pretty much. Oh wait, no, that's not you. That's someone else. I have 2 Amens who reached out. Okay, so it says you're looking for 6 hours for, is it for 6 hours for each event? Okay, yeah, I think 6 hours might be enough. What's your location? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna reply to your inquiry and then, you know, we can talk there. I've just also been back and forth from like Washington DC and Canada, so like the travel and stuff, like my schedule goes all like, ugh. Okay, so So I sent you the photography packages, Eamon. You can, you know, look at them on your own time and schedule a meeting with me, a consultation meeting, and we'll take it from there. I just have to check my availability, and I'll let you know. I should be back in Toronto end of April. See, it helps when you come on the live stream. You might get a response from me. It takes me 6 months. I would say 4 to 6 months, but more closer to 6 months, because I do shoot quite a bit of weddings, and I'm not really editing during the summer season because I'm just shooting, right? I don't really get time to edit, and I like taking my time to edit just to make sure, you know, at the end of the day you get a good product from me. This man needed some photos, so I'm just like gonna do really quickly. We have some group shots here. You can't see my cat, but my cat is like literally on my desk, like just sleeping, and she has to go to the vet in like half an hour, so we'll see how that goes. It's our first time. Hey, Eamon, thanks for, I don't know if you're still here, Eamon, but thanks for scheduling a phone call, but I'm actually flying to DC during that time, so maybe another time, like the next day will be better. I'm just gonna let you know. Man had a whole full-out photo shoot, bro. It's good. Like, you know, like I like it when people come up to me for photos because it makes my job a little easier instead of me having to hunt down, you know, people. Something easier, some food. You know what? I'll skip the food for now. I'll just do these group shots. Chemtrails. Why is it not getting rid of this? says my connection is excellent, but I don't know. I usually do these at night, so like they're also like, you know, people when they get done from work, they can, you know, log in. But I just wanted to do it because I'm in a work game mode and it helps me to like, sometimes I just get bored, you know, doing myself. Let's put on some lo-fi music. Look at all those annoying cars in the background. Can't do anything about that. No, you can't make everything look beautiful. For like these type of photos, I try not to spend too much time on them because, like, you know, they're not like, they're important shots, but they're not like, you know, they're not worth spending that much time and energy on them. That blue makes it look so cold, so I do get rid of it because like with the blue it just looks like a cold shot. And you're trying to, like, you know, bring warmness. And I keep on saying this, but it's so important to create like a feeling in photos. I have an idea actually, because, you know, like, okay, so this photo would have been really cool if this red thing wasn't there, right? So like, how do I could extend it. I could extend the top rod and like maybe try to add another one of those like these things just in Lightroom. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm just gonna try to get rid of this first. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that worked pretty well. And now you can just how do I clone? Why doesn't cloning work anymore? Did I forget how to clone on this? Oh, okay, that's weird. How do I? So like Lightroom changed how it works now. So like, yeah, like I could just go on Photoshop and try to do it. Oh, there you go, that worked. Okay, so let's open up Photoshop and see what we can do. One second. I am self-taught. I started doing weddings by myself with the no second shooting experience or anything. I just like jumped into like someone's wedding, like that they paid me like I didn't ask for a lot because I was just starting out. So like that's what you have to do. You have to like charge low so you can like get experience and learn. But I did events before, like smaller events like for university and stuff. But now it's a lot. Like after just working those events, I did smaller weddings, and from there word of mouth. Then I did some like I always studied different photographers, I guess, like in the sense like their style and stuff, but most of it is like self-taught, just like looking at inspiration and like learning how to do stuff. And also I've been doing this for a really long time, so it takes time for you to get from one point to like another. Okay, I know you can't fully see. One second. Okay, so I have Photoshop open right now, and then what you can do, maybe clone it. Like clone this part. I don't know how it's gonna work. That kind of worked. Maybe you can add another one. Oh, that works actually. So I can just kind of like do this. Let's bring back the other one. That kind of works. Clean it up a bit. See, like a little bit of like sometimes creativity, I guess, can go a long way. Not creativity, but just like knowing, like assessing the image before. So it went from to be honest, there's so many good photographers out there. It's hard to like pick, but I can tell you who inspired me to like start taking weddings seriously. It was someone named Helum. I mean, he's still in the wedding industry, and he's from Karachi, so he's pretty good. And then I obviously like I took inspiration from him. It's not like I'm copying his style or anything like that, and I hope he knows this. But yeah, him. There's some like there's an American photographer based in Virginia. His name is Sam. I learned a lot of like just like the back end stuff, like how to like use Lightroom catalogs, like organization. Yeah, but like our styles are very different. So his style versus my style, like you won't think that like this person inspired me. His Instagram handle is I am the Sam. So I can just write it down. I can just write. So there's Melum. I don't know if these are going through. Who else is there? Naba Khalid is also like doing a lot of good work. Who else is there? House on the Clouds is really good for inspiration. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky, because they started using neon lights, which are like really hard to edit with. So like, what the easiest option to like edit these photos would just be like, going black and white, because it just evens out everything. But if you want to keep like the colors and stuff, like you just have to look what color is prominent and you want to get rid of. Like I just see like this like red orangish. So what you can do maybe is like you can just go to the orange selector and just kind of like play with it and decrease the saturation, the hue, bring it up. You can even adjust the green tint, but I think I'm gonna leave it because we don't want to make it. So you can make it warmer, just to bring out like more natural skin tones out. You can even use this to kind of like help you, like the calibration tools at the bottom. This might be a bit harder to like fully edit. See, like when I move the red, like you can see like that's the one that's affecting it the most. So if I decrease the saturation, it'll bring back like some color to it. See, like now if you look at the before and after, like there's like now I notice like there's a strong green tint to it. So I might decrease the greens. I mean, like just decrease the green tint from the temperature. Maybe increase the temperature. Yeah, like it looks a lot better than before. But that is if you're trying to like keep the color. You could just go black and white and just save yourself like some time. On the color correction, like on LED color corrections. I don't know. You know what? Like Mateen, I'm telling you, I did not watch a tutorial on how to do this. It was all like trial and error kind of stuff. Like in terms of like getting that learning how to work with LED lights and trying to bring back original skin tones. It ain't easy. That's for sure. See, now we're getting into some darker photos, but like, you know, even though it was dark, I made sure, like, you know, I think someone had like a small LED, like a videographer. I don't know, I think it was Michelle. She had like a small like LED on top of her camera. So as long as you're, you know, there's some light coming in, and you know, don't be afraid to like bump up your ISO, because like with photos, it's like you can, you know, increase the exposure in post, especially if you're shooting in raw. Like, oh, whoa, whoa! My cat almost dropped this water on my amp. Stay hydrated, my friends. Yeah, it's definitely time consuming, you know? So sometimes I would just like opt out for black and white, but like, you know, I try first to just make the colors correct. Especially if I think the photo should be in color, I'll try harder. You can see how dark these photos were. And like, I'm not even, I mean, I am increasing the exposure by quite a lot. And you can just always increase the noise reduction over here. I like to keep it, I don't go over 30, because you still want to keep in some detail. Like if you go all the way, I mean, you don't really see it, but if you look at this person's face, you'll notice it from like the loss of detail. I just keep it at like 30. It works. Okay, the bride entering, just to make sure like her skin is not too overexposed. Cause like sometimes like when brides wear makeup, it's like pretty like highlighty. So you just gotta make sure it's not too, like you're not making it too highlighty. Add some warmth. This is how you can add drama to it. If you like just use this type of curve, you can add like that vintageness to it. Sometimes I like also adding grain to photos, like maybe just around 10, 15. I think this might be a little bit too green. Hi Salma. How are you? I'm like almost done. Cause like I gotta go take my cat to the vet with my brother. But ugh, why do I paste it? I mean, I paste it cause I have the colors there. How are you, Salma? Are you back? Are you back in New York, New Jersey? I forget where exactly you live, but yeah, y'all must be tired. I know weddings are tiring. Those photos though were amazing. I know, like, I'm pretty sure like you had the poses already like planned and stuff. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm like, this is Ibrahim and Selma came up with these poses. For sure. I might be wrong though. Okay, I gotta go now. Take my cat to the vet. She's sleeping right now, so you know, I might continue this after I come back. I had some edits here. Let me see what the edit I worked on before, if it works better. Oh yeah, I think it works better. What did I do? This little curve thing? Yeah. No, it's good. It's because you got what you wanted, you know, this way. See, this is what I mean by highlight. Like overexposure. You don't want it to be so bright where like, you know, they look like ghosts. Okay, I'm gonna head out. I would love to hang out with y'all, like properly. It'll be so much fun. So like, come to DC while I'm there. You know, I'm going there in March, and then we're going on like a small trip, Astra and I. But I'll be there until end of April. Okay, guys and girls, I'll see you all later. Yeah, you too. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. Alright, I'm always like weird, like I miss Asra too. She's like studying so hard, so you know, keep her in your prayers. Law school isn't easy. Bye.